Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. Welcome to the Writing and Media Center webinar on short-term writing goals. My name is Kelly Wenig, and I am the Writing and Media Center Intercultural Learning Specialist. I graduated with my doctorate in American History in 2017, and I've worked in my position in the Writing and Media Center since then. My role is focused mostly on helping our consultants understand the needs of international and ESL writers, and understanding the cultural norms and expectations that those students bring to our university, and helping our tutors understand how to best help those students achieve their academic goals. So I've been really excited to work here, and I'm really excited to help all of you learn about short-term writing goals. But before we get to that, I just want to talk to you about how the Writing and Media Center can help you. Really, writing is best learned through collaborative inquiry in supportive and reflective environments, and that's what the Writing Center really does. We focus on making you aware of the best ways to learn and to write, and teach you the skills necessary that will allow you to put out the highest quality academic output you can. And really, the Writing Center, we help with brainstorming and outlining, getting feedback in a draft, developing revision strategies, editing, proofreading, organization, thesis construction, etc. We help with all steps of the writing process. And what we do during that period is we provide you feedback, give you constructive criticism, and really show you what you do well. And once you know what you do well, you can start to copy those things that you do well and expand them throughout your paper. So we are a very positive environment. So how can you make an appointment with a consultant? First, you can sign up for an appointment on our website, and I personally like to Google ISUWMC if I need to. That way, it just takes you right to the site. Otherwise, you can navigate to www.wmc.dso.iastate.edu. And that's going to take you to our homepage here. And you can see that at the bottom of the screen, you have the Iowa State website, and then it has our banner with the pencils and the colored boxes. So the banner changes. We change it during summer, spring, fall. We let people know upcoming special events. So that does change a lot. But really what you're going to want is to make sure you're on this website. Now, to schedule an appointment, you actually can scroll down about halfway, and there are two hyperlinks. One says schedule an appointment. The other one says register for an account. If you've never been here before, you'll have to register for an account on WC Online. WC Online is the scheduling system that most writing centers use, and all you have to do is click on that. It's free. Sign up with your Iowa State email address, and that will allow you access into our system, and you will see then how you can schedule an appointment with individual consultants and choose who you want to work with. So once you've registered for an account, you can do that, and then you click on schedule an appointment, and it'll take you right to the website. If you have further questions on our main website, we also have links showing you specific step-by-step guides with screenshots for how to do this for each of the three services that we have: our synchronous Google Doc and video document sharing, or our asynchronous Dropbox consulting. So there are links on this website. You can do whatever you need to do. It's very easy, and it's very student-friendly and individualized. But once you do schedule an appointment, it takes you to this sort of a screen. This is WC Online through Iowa State University, and you'll notice on the left-hand side, it'll have a date, and it'll have a bunch of consultants listed: Brittany Eide, Jordan Schroeder, Casey Smith, Kate Wright, Sarah Wadley, etc. And then it'll also have the hours, 9, 10, 11, 12. And this is just who's available. If you look at the schedule, you can see that there are boxes that are gray right here and here and here. These are times that are past. You cannot sign up for an appointment there because they're already gone. You can sign up for appointments that are white, and these are available. If an appointment is in blue, that means that appointment has already been filled and that consultant is not available. Now, if you want a more specialized option, you can click this drop-down menu that says Limit To, and that will limit the list of available consultants to people that have experience with business writing or CVs, resumes, cover letters, whatever one of the selections that you choose. So if you're an English language learner, you want to work with somebody who has perhaps taken my advanced consultant education course on, international students in universities, You can do that, and only the student employees who have specialization in language learning skills will pop up. So you can really customize your experience here, and that's what we're going for. You'll notice that the Dropbox right above that, it has the dates of the week. And this is the online spring schedule for 2020, and this is the Google Docs schedule. If you drop down this menu, you'll also see the video and document sharing options, and also the asynchronous Dropbox consultation schedule. So you can choose whatever structure you want in your appointment, and then you can find out who's available to work at that time. So really, it is very flexible, and it's a great system for you to choose exactly what you want. So when you meet with a consultant, we're actually, when the university resumes in-person classes and services, feel free to walk into any of our 3 locations on campus. Our main space is in Carver Hall. It is our largest space and our most busy space, and it's pretty centrally located to campus. We're also in the Hickson Lead Academic Success Center in room 1020, and that's a very warm, comforting, friendly place to be as well. And finally, we're in Parks Library, and that is because we know that the library is very busy. We want to be accessible to students as much as possible. So feel free to come in to any of those places, and we have administrative assistants working at those front desks, and they will also be able to help you schedule an appointment if you have any questions. Now, without further ado, let's talk about tips for setting short-term writing goals. Why do we set goals? Setting writing goals creates trackable benchmarks so you can plan and achieve your goals. Really, the idea here is that if you're just floating along without any hard deadlines, you don't know if you're exceeding or meeting expectations or if you're lagging behind. And this is something that can really happen when you have a major problem or process going on, like a dissertation or your senior thesis or any other major project that is not easily done in 1 or 2 days. These projects take months or even years to accomplish. So setting discernible benchmarks will allow you to make sure that you are achieving something and maintaining a schedule that will allow you to achieve academic success. So short-term goals are actually measured usually by output. We'll have another video shortly on long-term goals, and we'll talk about what those are there. But really, short-term goals are things like number of hours spent writing per day or week. So if you are like me, you want to write for 2 hours a day, and that's what you do, and that's your short-term goal. You want to say number of pages produced per day, or number of projects written per month or year. And those are kind of long-term goals. Those are, I would say, like medium-length goals, but they're focused on a numeric output. Articles or stories or chapters or grants written. Ultimately, these short-term output goals are those in which you have complete control over the results. You can control how many grants you apply for. You cannot control how many grants you succeed in being awarded. So this is the kind of thing where it's really a way of thinking. Short-term goals are about things that you can control in your day-to-day life. So, setting writing goals. Good writing starts with a good schedule and short-term goals, and good short-term goals are the foundation of your long-term goals. You can see the goal pyramid here. At the very base are your daily habits. Do you get up on time? What do you do when you get up? Do you go into the office every day? What kind of self-care do you have? And those are the things that support your short-term goals. If you want to write 500 words a day, if you're very ambitious and want to write 500 words per day, do your daily habits allow you to do that? And if your daily habits allow you to achieve your short-term goals allow you to reach your long-term goals. And if your short-term goals are to write 500 words a day, does that support your long-term goal of having a 300-page book written in a month? Well, you have to use your short-term goals to understand your long-term goals. In that particular case, you do not. If you write 2 pages a day and you are aware of, how you're going forward, you can realize that you could write 60 pages in a month. And once you understand your long-term goals, you can plan out how long it will take you to reach your primary goal. So if you're writing a dissertation that's supposed to be 300 pages and you know that you write 60 pages a month, you can realize that it is going to take you 5 months to do that writing. So this is just the basics on how you understand goals, and this is why we should set goals. And if you're tracking your benchmarks, you can tell whether you're able to project that you will meet your goals, or that you are lagging behind, or that you'll exceed your goals. And that's ultimately why we want to do this. So we just have a couple of examples of different sets of short-term goals. So here's one: pre-write and make a schedule, and then write 2 pages, and then go through and revise and change your writing to make it better. Then check your writing, and then the next step in your goal process is to go into the writing center and have a consultant look at your work again. And this way, you're creating, some accountability to yourself. Finally, then incorporate those final revisions in those 2 pages, and then repeat that process and write some more. Some people are very comfortable coming to the writing center and setting up a weekly appointment, or some people come in and set 2 to 3 appointments per week, and they know that accountability, that they have to have something to show to that writing consultant, gets them the ability to sit down and gives them that stressor that they need to write. Some people work best under a deadline, so some people create appointments at the writing center, and that deadline for them helps them achieve those goals. So that's just one example of how you can use the writing center to create some sort of accountability for yourself. And this is, again, just one example. Pre-write and make a schedule, just plan out what you want to say, work your 2 pages, revise it yourself, edit it yourself, but then take it to a consultant and have them look at it. Once that consultant provides their suggestions for you, perhaps something's not clear, or perhaps you need more evidence, you can incorporate those final revisions into those 2 pages, and then you start over from there by pre-writing and seeing where you need to go from there, and then writing 2 more pages, and et cetera, et cetera. And this is an easily replicable process. So here's another example: collecting information and generating ideas. And this very much is part of the writing process that we're all familiar with. You collect your information, do your research, you generate your ideas, but then you organize and focus your ideas, map out your ideas, creating an outline, then draft your thesis, write everything that you need to do, go back in, edit, and then work at any revisions that you came in while you're editing. And then you repeat that process. And this is an example where you're doing this mostly by yourself, and you're not having that outside sense of accountability that we had in example 1, where that process said go to the writing center. But this particular in example 2 here is much more focused on what you can do by yourself. A third example of setting short-term goals is the Pomodoro Technique. And this is something that people may or may not be familiar with. But the goal here is to create a rhythm based on your available time. So the Pomodoro Technique is laid out here. Deciding on the task to be done, this is the first thing that you have to do. Say you want to write 500 words today. Then you set your timer for 25 minutes or 15 minutes or 10 minutes or a half hour or an hour. A lot of people suggest 25 minutes to a half hour just because it is a limited amount of time and it allows you to focus. And it also is not long enough where you're going to lose track. So you work your 25 minutes until the timer rings. Then you take a 5-minute break and let your brain rest a little bit. You get up and you go to the restroom, or you get a snack, or you check Twitter or Facebook or whatever you do. But the idea is to give your brain a break, and it plans out your breaks, and it creates a sense of rhythm. Once your 5-minute break is over, you set the timer for 25 more minutes, and you go back to work. You repeat this process 4 times, but then you take a longer break, a 15 to 30-minute break, and get some lunch. After 4 routines of this, that's going to be 2 hours, and that is a lot of intellectual power that you're expounding there. So make sure to take these kind of breaks and maintain this schedule, because ultimately what it's going to do is create this rhythm, and your brain and your body are going to be used to being in front of a computer and writing continually for extended periods of time. Again, the goal is to create a rhythm based on available time. You can fluctuate the number of times you repeat this. You can repeat this twice, you can repeat it 3 times, 4 times. You don't want to go too many more than 4. It would be based mostly on your ability and how you know your own body. A lot of people, I can't do more than 4 personally. I get too antsy. So just do what works best for you. But yeah, maintain the rhythm and maintain that discipline. That really will show in your output. Uh, so in terms of action steps, where do you go from here? Uh, what is your next short-term goal? Do you want to just finish the sentence that you're working on? Say you're having a really hard day. One sentence is a win for you today. Write that down, and then once you're done writing that sentence, check that off on your box. That feels really good. Uh, a paragraph. Do you want to finish a paragraph or a page? Do you want to sit and write for 2 hours? Do you want to just accomplish a book review? Again, these are things that you can control all by yourself. My process specifically included putting in headphones with white noise and not music specifically. I would get too distracted. And then I wrote and set up at my kitchen table and I turned my back to the wall. And that way I I can focus on what I can control everything that is going to come in and distract me. Writing wind up. This is what I do to get ready to write. I clear my space. I get a snack or a soda or a glass of water. I go to the bathroom. I turn my phone to do not disturb mode, turn my back to any distractions, put in my headphones, and then I tell myself why my research matters. And that gets me into the mental headspace necessary to do this effectively. And it gets me amped up and gets my mind ready to work. So that's really what we have. And please contact us if you have any questions. Our phone number is 515-294-5411 for our Carver space, and that's the best way to get a hold of us by phone. But really, email is the best way to get a hold of us overall. You can also check our website, as mentioned before. Please let us have any other. Let us know if you have any other questions. We are available on social media. We post stuff about our consultants and things that we can do. But really, we hope you have a great day and hope that you have success and that you enjoyed our little presentation here. So, thank you.